Welcome to episode 2 of the Let's Go Viral with Dejon show. And today I have an amazing topic prepared for you guys titled How Having a Personal Brand Accelerated My Career. And this one here is going to be really powerful. I'm going to be talking about just kind of like how your social profiles is pretty much like a new resume. Really how I've been able to use my social profiles and like honestly like my personal brand everywhere to really land some cool gigs, meet cool people, even like land some big clients, and that towards and I'm going to go over really how you can go and kind of like do this for yourself, even if you only have like 100, like let's say like 500, 1,000, 2,500, 5,000 followers. How to do it with even a small following. It really all comes down to your presentation and how you present yourself. So and really wow, actually didn't have this. I actually have like a notepad here for my daily YouTube videos. I have like a list of like topics, and then I'll look at the topic for today's video, and then I'll just hit record on the camera, run my mouth with no script, no notes, no bullet points or anything. But for this show right here, I have like a little like sheet in front of me, just kind of having some general bullet points that I can kind of like glance over to kind of keep have some flow, have some direction, and also to make sure that I go over like all the valuable points I want to share with you guys within each episode. But this idea that just popped in my head actually wasn't on script, and it's actually about like your presentation and really how important that is. And I'll ramble on about like a couple of minutes of why having a good presentation it is so important. But you know, the people in your life right now, this includes like your friends, like your spouse, girlfriend, maybe the people you're dating for my single folks out there, and everything else in between. You know, like they're all a direct reflection of you. And if you want to change the people around you, if you want to change your environment and how people and just like things are around you, the best way to do that is to not control like other people or try to control these external things, but to really look within and start focusing there. Start focusing on just like you know, kind of how like and there's two different categories. You got like internal and external. Um, but presentation, it is so important. I remember I went to a coffee shop about. I've been telling the story like it happened like 3 4 weeks ago, and I've told it like 20 times just because it's so powerful and it's so true. But I was sitting at a coffee shop, and if you guys know me, I'm nosy. I'm always looking outside the window, kind of see what's going on. You know, see who's honking at who's walking down the street. You know, uh, yeah, like I always gotta be looking out some sort of window. So the coffee shop I go to, it's in downtown Provo. I'll kind of like sit at the little bar where you can like look at outside like um, the window out at the main street and everything. And this guy with like a bright yellow Porsche, I mean you can't miss it. That thing was like so yellow. He pulls around, parks, and he walks into the coffee shop. He orders something, and he came and he sat right next to me. I mean like right next to me, to my right, you know. And as he's sitting down, getting situated, the first thing I say is, "Nice car," and he's like, "Thanks," and I'm like, "Yeah, like it's you can't like miss a car that bright yellow, you know." He laughed, and we kept on talking from there. But long story short, his presentation, the way like you know like the way how he pulled up in his car, you know, like his car caught my attention, and when he sat next to me, it really attracted me to want to come into his frame and like go into his world and at least say hey, you know. And that hey could have like went to like turned into like some sort of like friendship, business relationship. Shoot, who knows, man? Like maybe even like only see him once and never again, you know. But long story short, the way how he presented himself attracted me to want to come into his frame and at least say hey. So like 10 like you know like eventually we stopped talking, and then like we both knocked out our work on our computers because we come there. People go to coffee shops to do like knock out some work, read, journal, something, you know. And someone else comes through the front door. It's like this older lady, probably like in her 30s, 40s, and just covered in tattoos. I like from the belly button up, it was nothing but ink. I don't think she had any skin, any exposed skin, but I like people with tattoos. And just when I go and talk to them, they just tend to have like really cool stories behind their tattoos, and I just like talking to them. You know, I like using their tattoos as a conversation starter. So she gets, like she orders like whatever her drink, and then she actually came and sat right next to me, but on my left. And I wanted to say something to her, so I look over at her and I saw she was reading a book. So I go like, "Oh, what book are you reading?" And then we spoke for like 15, 20 minutes. A sweet lady. She was visiting from Texas, visiting one of her old friends that lived here in Provo, Utah. She hasn't seen in like 10 years, like in person. So yeah, it was like a great conversation. But long story short, her the way how she was presenting herself, it was two things: her tattoos and also the book she was reading. Like I like writing, like I got my own book. I like just like reading books of like different genres. It's really fascinating for me. So that attracted me to want to come into her frame and at least say, hey, So that's really how powerful your presentation is. And like I said, there's different ways you can work on that presentation and how you present yourself. You got your internal attributes. That's like maybe the way how you speak, your charisma, how kind you are, like stuff like that. Then you got your external. That could be things such as like your car, what you're wearing, the tattoos on you. I don't know, maybe the book you're reading. And one thing that does fall under exterior will be your personal brand, your social profile. You always want to ask yourself like, how are you presenting yourself online? Like, what does your online profile say about you? When people go over to your Instagram page, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, are you out with like your shirt off, hollering at girls on the beach, or are you at that bar drinking whatever, or are you like um, are all your captions like maxed out with like a meaningful thought? Do you show it to animals? Do you show your family? Like, what does your personal brand, like when people glance at it, what's the first thing they think about you after they go and like just like glance at your profile for like 10 to 15 seconds. Now I'm not saying we're people pleasing right here, but I'm just like like these first impressions, they really do matter, and the way how you present yourself can really land you opportunities, like bring opportunities to you. Like like how they say like you got to go out the door to make sales. Like if you present yourself right correctly online, you could be in bed and opportunities still come knocking on your door every 10 minutes. Like, hey, is Dejon home? So yeah, like having these social profiles, it's a really powerful tool to have and use when it comes to really just like having opportunities and people just coming into your life conveniently. People that vibe with you. So and not only that, but also like your social profiles. It's pretty much like your resume today. Like I don't think I've updated my resume in like a year or two. May have touched it up. I may have looked at it recently. I don't even like the one I use is like from high school. I just like add like whatever experiences on there. Like um I don't want to say I don't really care about it. Like my portfolio, it's like pretty much like online. I also keep up LinkedIn a lot, but really your social profiles, it's really your resume. And my favorite places to really store this online resume within your personal brand, it could be definitely LinkedIn. Like for my professionals, LinkedIn is a must. Just making sure that's like spick and span where when people go and look at it, they're like, oh, okay, like he does this. Oh, he worked here. He got this skill set and everything. LinkedIn is a must. I personally love Instagram just because Instagram, you have like the highlight bubbles you could showcase like my story, what I do, client results, just everything up on there, like your whole profile. And honestly, people don't even care about like where you went to school, what degree you got, or whatever. Can you bring them results? That's the main thing. So normally, like when it comes like my social profiles, I'm always showcasing um, one, like what do I do? Clearly stating that so people know exactly what I do. Like, okay, if I have this problem, I know to come to Dijon for this. And then I'll next showcase what is it? Just pretty much like client testimonials, people that worked with me and the results they got from it. Those two things are like the most important things you could have on your um, just like showcasing on your social profile, because that there is going to be yeah, cool, all right, cool, like you got your resume, but like that there is even more powerful than a resume, especially when it comes to like people wanting to go take action, to want to maybe like buy from you, or whatever, even hiring, even showing that, okay, like the paper, like on paper you look good. Do you have like any other like results, like a physical portfolio people can go look at? So that there's also helpful as far as like um, getting whatever job or gig you're trying to land, And really with me, just really leveraging, like platforms such as like mainly Instagram, LinkedIn. Yeah, it's pretty much Instagram, LinkedIn. I also got some articles on entrepreneur.com, but just by me having those up, I've been able to land like just cool online part-time gigs. And those part-time gigs, they really helped me as far as like, let's say, hey, maybe like I was short on money, when developing my softwares or like whatever I'm doing, need a marketing budget or whatever. Like they're really helpful as far as like just like spotting me in between those difficult periods. So I've been able to land a couple of those. One of them I still work with to this day just because they're so valuable, and I've been learning like so much, So um, that's one. I've also been able to land new clients. So let's say, so within my sales process, so after people hop on the calendar, I have my Calendly redirect set up to where people they automatically go and see my personal Instagram, even on my trendwatchers.co website and a few other websites I have. I always link it back to my main Instagram page. That's kind of like my hub. Like I got my Instagram page. It's just set up. It's spick and span. When you go there, like there's no confusion as far as like who I am, what I do, and the things I've done before in the past. I got all my press on there, client testimonials. I got my quote unquote fan mail on there. I have everything to where um, when you glance at it, it's funny. Like like I'll meet someone in a Starbucks, and like we're talking it up or whatever for like 5-10 minutes, and then we go separate ways. But then before we go separate ways, I always collect their Instagram, and then they'll follow me later that evening or day or whatever, and they'll look at my profile and they're like, whoa, like I shook hands with him, and long story short, the whole point of having just having like your personal brand, these social profiles, is to really sell people on you. Okay, cool. You can kind of like tell people, or if you had 1,000 people, that will take a lot of time and energy just going and expanding yourself 1,000 different times. But if you had a social profile that could do all that talking for you, like just like it's really nice. That's all I'll say. It is really nice. Just kind of having like, oh, I don't feel like saying like what I do again. Like, just go look at my Instagram. When you look at Instagram, you're like, whoa, okay. So that's one thing I really love about just having like a personal brand online. It does all the selling for you, and sometimes, um, and the big thing, and one thing I want to go with that is you never know who you're gonna cross paths with. It was actually yesterday. I went to lunch with this one guy, and I've seen him at parties and everything, and I always have my opinions, not negative opinions. I'm like, oh, he probably works like a regular job or whatever. But then we went. He asked me to like, he took me out to dinner. He wanted like some advice as far as like a personal brand. He was telling me about his story, and he was saying like how he owned like 30 properties at once. He's going to start getting to like bigger deals, multi-million dollar deals, and I'm like, whoa, like I had no idea this guy even did that. And with the way his personal brand was set, like I had no idea, like he was even into that stuff. But when he looked at my Instagram, he knew exactly what I did, and that caused him to want to come and just like work with me. So really having your Instagram like or whatever social profile polished really well, um, it just converts people for you. Like I probably get like 1 to 3 DMs a week, like, hey man, like can I hop on the phone with you? Sounds like you know what you're doing. So, yeah, just by me having Instagram up and just posting regularly on my regular schedule, like I've been able to do that just by having my social profile up there. Now, I'm not saying you got to go and showcase your whole life, uh, but definitely showcase enough to where people know exactly what you do and that you're an expert at this, so that when they have that problem, they know to come to you to go and solve that problem. I've also been able to land quite a handful of speaking engagements. I think it was about a year ago. Yeah, exactly a year ago. I did my first public speaking gig, and ever since then, I've probably done about maybe like 10 to 15. It's really crazy, but long story short, like a majority of those came because of my social profiles. Like I was showcasing that I was an expert in this. I've accomplished this, and this, and some of them reached out to me. Others, I had to like do like some direct outreach. But by really having those social profiles as far as like social proof to kind of like add credibility behind the words I was saying, I was able to go out there and land like lots of speaking engagements. And I took it even further by, as I was doing these speaking engagements, I was having someone record me the entire time, and I was taking pictures of me, and I was using those as promotional pictures and promotional pictures for like my Instagram, kind of showcasing like, yeah, like I do public speaking. As far as like the videos, I just dropped those in a playlist on YouTube on my personal channel to where, let's say I'm applying towards something. I applied for a TED Talk about like a week ago, and there was like a section saying, "Do you have like any video footage of you like doing any public speaking?" And I just dropped the whole playlist there, you know. So it's so everything you do, like whether it's yeah, like everything you do every day. I'm not saying every day, but like let's say like a public speaking, you saw a cool thing in a book, um, you signed on a new client, or you met someone famous. You need to like take video of that and like take pictures of it and post it online and really showcase social proof, and also like slowly building up your credibility and profile. And it's crazy how just doing that, like, all right, cool, like maybe not every day, but maybe like a couple times a week or even like once a week or whatever, and letting that accumulate over time, you'd be amazed as far as like how much stuff you'll have over 2 to 3 years. Like I look at my Instagram and just my social profiles in general, and I'm like, whoa, like that's me. Like I was able to achieve that in like 2 to 3 years, you know, and it all came from me just like showing up every day, being consistent, and just like accumulating everything that I can use as social proof to like make the personal brand look like pretty much to where like I'm a celebrity. Now I'm not a celebrity now, but like really like it's really polished to where like you really think I am somebody, and I am somebody, you know, but just like really um, uh, just like setting it up to where when people see it, their trust in me goes up high enough to where they wanna like ask me for help. Hey, maybe like need my services or something. That's the whole point of that. And also workshops as well. I actually did my first workshop about a week and a half ago, so I was able to land that through my social profiles. So, yeah, that's kind of really how like having a personal brand really accelerated my career. Now let's let's step back a bit. Let's like loosen up, and let's go over to just like cool people I met. Having my personal brands online, it really allowed me to meet lots of like really cool people online to where like I got cool friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I got my friends in person, my friends back at home in Atlanta, Georgia, and like everywhere else. But um, you can make some really cool friends over the internet. For those that like play video games, like growing up, you guys probably know that. Um, just like okay, cool, like the person you're playing that Black Ops game with, or that Roblox game, or that Minecraft game with, or whatever. You guys are probably best friends, but you never met before. It's almost the same thing with this right here, as far as like your social profiles. It's really cool being able to just connect with people long distance, and they actually approach you, you know, and then you hop on a Zoom call, and then the sparks start from there. But I got like three really cool stories, two a little bit older, one's like brand new. But this first one is Joel. So I was actually doing like some cold outreach through Instagram DMs. He didn't take the bait, but we still followed each other. And then I moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Utah. I didn't realize he was in Utah too, and he posted on his story like, "Hey, does anyone need like an oil change?" And I needed an oil change because I drove like cross country. So I swipe up, I pull up to his place. He's cool, you know what I'm saying? We're just chopping it up, and then we just ended up being friends from there because like he's a developer. He likes just like building stuff online, building websites, software. I got my software trendwatchers.co, so we were able to connect on that there, and yeah, and I even stayed at his house. I think like a year later when I was in between like apartment contracts. So yeah, like I was able to meet him just by having my personal brand online. Like us two, we were able to connect, and yeah, I'm gonna go see him this weekend. I'm gonna go get my haircut. Next one is Oheni. So I don't know how we found each other. I think it was through like an Instagram comment, like on a meme page. I think I left like a comment on the meme page. He liked it, and then he clicked on my profile, and I just have it set up in a way to where he had to like say hey. He had to slide in the DMs and say hey, like I like your energy. I like this and that. Like when you got time for a Zoom call, I love to like just like connect with you. So we hopped on the Zoom call, and then the friendship started from there. And we'll call like once or twice a month, just like keep each other accountable on goals and like seeing what's up. I'll give him some advice. He's good at outreach, so I'll get some advice from him. So that's how I met him. And then Billy, he actually, this guy Billy, so he actually found me through one of my entrepreneur.com articles. He read it. He's in the process of writing a book, and the article I wrote was how to make money from a book without selling a copy, and he just found that super valuable. So he followed me on Instagram, watched the stories, eventually swiped up on one of my stories, and then yeah, we hopped on a Zoom call, and yeah, we hopped on a Zoom call, and then our friendship started from there. So yeah, like just by having that personal brand online, not only have I been able to really accelerate my career, but I've also been able to meet really cool people, and it's really cool. Just like and I got a few more too, but I just wanted to share those three just because um, it's crazy how they came into my life. But it was all kind of centered around me having that personal brand on Instagram. And as far as like going and like building a personal brand for yourself that's able to help you accelerate um, your career, maybe get like some long distance like relationships as well. Honestly, all you gotta do is the number one thing is just do it. Just post the reels a couple times a week. Make the YouTube video. Be consistent with it. Love the process. Don't worry about getting like a million followers or whatever. Just enjoy the process. Just go and just like journal. Like for me, with my Instagram posts, when I started posting, I had my little quote unquote theories. Like I'll like look at something and I'll be like, like I wonder why this works. And I'll kind of like write down my observations, um, like whatever. And I'll turn those into like an Instagram post where the caption is maxed out. I was having fun with it. And even with my Instagram posts now, I still max out the captions. Now I pair it with like a really cool, unique image to where there's like a story behind it when people ask me about it. Like I have fun with this. Like don't be stressed about like the numbers or anything like that. Just get it out there and just like have fun with it. So, um, but the most important thing is to just be consistent with your posting, and then as you're posting and as you're going through life, look for things that you could post that can help add your social proof and that can help add to your portfolio, because that there is really going to be useful as far as like, um, for example, like the situation I gave you guys about like me doing like speaking gigs. I have like a video playlist on YouTube where I store all of those. All right, let's say I meet someone like famous. I'll take a picture of them, post it on Instagram, and like pin it on the pin the post or add it to my highlights. I got a highlights titled famous people, just famous people that I met. Just like really accumulating your social proof to where you actually look like somebody. So that's pretty much it. But the big thing is just to be consistent with it. I can give you guys all the tactics as far as like how to build a personal brand, but if you're only going to post like once and then never again, there's no point even trying. The big thing is just really being consistent and showcasing your wins and the lessons learned from the hard days. But yeah, that's pretty much it for episode number 2. Hopefully, you guys found it extremely valuable. Lots of gold nuggets were dropped within uh, this talk show episode. But yeah, besides that, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.